Welcome back. Today we're going to read about Tuesday of Tuesday that occurs on Tuesday. Anyway, it's a Washington Post article. Democracy dies in darkness. Jeez. Here comes Tuesday, 2/22/22, aka Tuesday. It can mean anything you want it to. Bert's wedding tacos. The numbers line up nicely on February 22nd, 2022. But at least one numerologist isn't terribly impressed. Yeah, this only is gonna happen one in like quintillion years. I'm not that fucking impressed by it. It's by Maura Judkis. Before she even knew she was pregnant with her second child, Ashley Broer O'Connor had a dream or maybe a prophecy. Back in May 2021, she dreamed she was scheduling a cesarean section for February 22nd, 2022. On 2/22/22, arguably the most interesting birthday to come along in almost a decade, since 12/12/12. But it's not that interesting. She soon found out she was pregnant, but her estimated due date was 5 days later. This date would have been cooler if it was a Tuesday on February 22nd, 22/22. But since that's not going to happen, this is the closest we're going to get. Months later, her doctor informed her the baby was breech. Did she want to schedule a C-section? I did not expect that this is what this article is about. And I'm like, is it possible that 2/22 is available at the hospital? It was. It felt like deja vu, says O'Connor, 38 of Los Angeles. What if she was 22? Would have been crazier. So yes, our second child on a Tuesday. Tuesday, 2/22. That's a date. Jules Zia Pacel. Damn, just doxed her right there, man. I'm about to write her a letter. Has been counting down to her whole life. Born in 2000, she will turn 22 on 2/22/22. What? Is this a whole different person? I can't keep track of this. I can keep track of the other article pretty well. I can't keep track of this one. It's been the birthday I've waited for. I actually didn't care about my 21st at all, she says. She has always found herself gravitating toward the number 2 and wondered what her 22nd birthday, the fated date when all the twos in her life would align in some sort of cosmic coincidence, might bring. My whole life I've been trying to find the meaning for it, says Pacel. I'm still searching. That's odd. As weirdness goes in these very weird times, February 22nd might not rate much more than a blip, but it does spark curious notions on the line of existential inquiry. What if today was the day that Russia was like, all right, let's invade Ukraine? I mean, they're doing like a soft invasion where they're kind of like they're going into into like the separatist part of Ukraine, and they're saying like we're not invading Ukraine. It's like a different portion of Ukraine. So I guess he's kind of invading on Tuesday here. Does it mean everything or anything or nothing at all? What'd you say? Baby's talking to me. What is time anyway, other than an arbitrary human construct that happened to, in this instance, align in a way that's appealing to the pattern recognition parts of our brain? It is the ultimate Taco Tuesday. It would be a pretty good Taco Tuesday. Should have had tacos, Alexis. Better, it is Nacho Average Taco Tuesday. That's pretty good. According to a novelty shirt that brands February 22nd as a fun way to mark the unique once-in-a-lifetime date for taco lovers, families, and friends. What the shirt fails to mention is that it is also National Margarita Day. Kismet. Kanye West, known as Ye, has scheduled a live performance in Miami on the 22nd. That's a big word for Elmo. Ostensibly. I don't know how to say that. Ostensibly. What?
Ostensibly. Ostensibly.
Oh. Not funny am I, Ye has scheduled a live performance in Miami on the 22nd. Austin. Damn it. Ostensibly. Ostensibly to preview his newest release, Dawn to 2. The Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas is offering 22% off. What? 22% off. 22% off. starting at 222 in hotel rooms. Guests must stay a minimum of 2 nights. A purveyor of NFTs plans to mint two. Hey, you guys watch Ranking of Kings? She makes that noise that the kid makes. Hey. Uh, anyway, NFTs plan to mint 2,222 of them that day, and celebrity astrologer Eliza Kelly is going on the Drew Barrymore show. It's their actress' birthday to talk about what it all means. First of all, when we have a repeating number such as 22222, we have this sort of metaphysical thought which says that this evokes a feeling within us because it is connected to these higher esoteric metaphysical frequencies that align us. Kelly, what the what is Kelly talking about? Okay. For some people, they may see a repeating number as an affirmation of sorts, a sort of green light from the universe that they're on the right path, or they're protected, or that they have known, a guide or a spirit who is communicating with them, who is not earthbound. As Kelly wrote in Allure, some people refer to these repeating digits as angel numbers. Right. Okay. Ellipses. And if we look at the stars and planets, well, on February 22nd, 2022, our great nation is making its first Pluto return. Meaning Pluto will be in the same place it was on July 4th, 1776. Holy shit, that's crazy. Ain't no way. Isn't that like a special day for America? Pluto in astrology is associated with transformation and metamorphosis, and really powerful epic change that really originates from the interior before revealing itself on an exterior level, says Kelly, who notes that although the planet's placement will be precise on the 22nd, we've been feeling its effects for the last few years, which, okay, explains a lot if you happen to believe in that sort of thing. Morn Hildegard does not. Literally, it's useless because what would make that day any different from any other date apart from the fact that humans have invented a way of counting days and years and months? And by coincidence, that date is going to be a date full of twos, and we originate our timing from a day and a year at which a certain guy named Jesus was born, he says. I'm not sure there's any bigger meaning for it. Nevertheless, since 2016, he has maintained a website counting down the time 2222 on 2/22/22, expresses 22/2/22 in Denmark, where he lives, he notes. It started actually as a bit of a joke, says Hildegard 50. I'm kind of a numbers geek. To the point, what? How does he call it useless and then be like, I'm a numbers geek. I love numbers. To the point where he researched the places in the world that lie at 22 degrees latitude and 22 degrees longitude. There are 4 of them, 2 in the Atlantic Ocean, 1 in the desert in Libya, and another in western Botswana. He's not sure what people there are doing to celebrate the momentous occasion, but he has heard from other fans of the date, numerologists, engaged couples, and even doomsayers, some spouting unsubstantiated claims that February 22nd will be the date tensions between Russia and Ukraine escalate. He is invading Ukraine right now. Well, when would he have guessed this? If he guessed this like 6 years ago, you gotta find this motherfucker. Time has gotten a bit jumbled for people in the last 2 years. Between lockdowns and working from home and general way that living in a pandemic has unmoored us, maybe 2/22/22 can help us restore our sense of time, Hildegard thinks. I tried to make a tweet at one point addressing the United Nations to make the date the day of self-celebration and self-care. He says they didn't respond. What does that mean? Like where you masturbate 22 times on Tuesday? I'm at 21 and he's I'm just kidding. It's definitely it's definitely going to be a day of celebrations though, especially weddings. The county clerk who presides over licenses in Las Vegas expects it to be one of the busiest days, beating the previous marriage record from July 7, 2007, 77707 in Singapore about 500 couples will get hitched, 9 times the usual number of marriages in one day. The date is considered to be auspicious in the Chinese calendar, reports the South China Morning Post, because of its even numbers and the fact that it is a palindrome in countries that record dates as a day, month, and year. 22/02/2022. And Blake Rivera Baggett, close one, 30, will be driving all over the state of Tennessee, where he is a wedding officiant licensed by American Marriage Ministries. He had received more than a dozen requests from couples planning to wed that day and had turned to most of them down. He can't be in two places at once. That's a good one. But there are 3 lucky couples who managed to get on his schedule. Overall, Rivera Baggett will travel probably over, what if he said 200 miles? Like, geez, that day. Why would he say 300 miles? Idiot. The first ceremony in a courthouse wedding scheduled for 8 a.m. About a 2-hour drive. There you go. Chattanooga, where he lives. They're going to get their certificate then, and then we're going to do a little short legal bare minimum type thing and then make it official. Then he'll drive another hour to preside over a quick noon ceremony for another couple. Then another hour and a half driving, he'll head to the biggest wedding of the day. Hey! A 2 p.m. affair with more than 50 guests, which will be timed so the couple will seal their vows with a kiss exactly at 2:22 p.m. He'll have one of these little digital clocks they have at TED Talks so that people know not to go over. He says adding there may be a need to improv, to add a little bit of fluff in there to make sure it gets to that point where it's exactly 2:22. And they're going to do it on the 22nd second, though? Probably not. If I need to cut off some stuff out to make sure that's the case, I think that's the plan. Meanwhile, I mean, like, if you're going to go to that extreme to get married on the 22nd of February on 2022 and do it on 2/22 on a Tuesday, why not do it on the 22nd second? You know? Be precise. Don't be a bitch. Meanwhile, Janelle Paulson, 27, and Ashley Stepp, 28, will be in Mexico's Riviera Maya getting hitched. The Kansas City Mo couple met in college on Feb 21, 2015, but we probably stayed up till midnight, notes Paulson, so they can claim the 22nd as an anniversary of sorts. They consider 22 to be their lucky number. The 2 twos signify 2 people coming together. Says Stepp, whose last name Paulson will take, and they'll always remember their anniversary. What? If it was like any other day, they're like, I'm not fucking remembering that, dude. Are you insane? We plan on doing our first look at 2:22 p.m., says Paulson. We thought about doing the ceremony at 2:22, but the lighting would be bad. It'd be bad. So meanwhile, Amanda Castile, 43, will be donning Tully for Tutu Tuesday, a Burning Man tradition she's bringing to her hometown of Portland, Oregon, where she expects to be joined by a couple hundred people for a massive dress-up party she's organized in a local park. The plan is for everyone to gather from 12:22 p.m. to 2:22 p.m., at which point they will take a big group picture in their tutus. Then they're going to find pubs, probably along 2nd Street or 22nd Street. People will find any reason to get drunk. Like, just say you're getting drunk. No one cares. Just get drunk. Hopefully with tacos and tequila. And the night will end at 22:22 military time, probably with me distributing $2 bills at some dance club somewhere. Want to see some titties at a strip club? Just go to strip club. Why? What are you going to do if you go to a strip club and, like, there's a stripper with only one titty? He's not going to give him any money? Or 3 titties, I don't know. Wait, 2 bills? When's the last time anyone seen one of those? I just went to the bank a week ago and I told them why. And they laughed and they went and talked to their manager and she was like, we'll order them and they'll be here in a week, Castile says. And meanwhile, in hospitals across the country, there will be babies. Perhaps some will even be born at 2:22, which will... Perhaps some will even be born. And then that's like the end of the sentence. Jeez, why would they write that? Which will make us for amusing stories on local news channel. Alex Armstrong, 30, of Boston, is having twins. If they were having twins on Tuesday at 2:22, I'm reporting that baby to the Pope. A lot of people are like, you have to hold on as long as you can, to try to make it to 2:22, she says. But if I get any more uncomfortable than I am now, I think I'll be happy for it, so I'll be over. Yeah, fucking non-pregnant people telling other pregnant people to be like, just hold that bitch. Like, it's like really their choice, The baby's like, oh, I want to come out. And the mom's like, no. Stay in there, motherfucker. You ain't leaving. So it's Tuesday on the 22nd of February, 2022 at 2:22 p.m. Chelsea Campbell, 32, is due with her second child on the 22nd and hoping the baby has a keen sense of timing. The Port Orange, Florida resident is a Facebook group for families expecting February babies. So specific. Everybody in that group is like, oh, I'm trying to get labor started now and I'm trying to keep her in. She says, I want to last that long. So that way she can have that birthday. What does a 2022 birthday portend? That will the special children of February 22 have in store for their lives? Numerologist Ann Perry has some thoughts on that, but they involve taking the much hyped date down a peg or two. That's right, you little shits. Getting your peg taken down. There are popular numerologists out there. I could throw a whole bunch of hype at stuff and say, oh, it's a portal opening up, she says. I get a little frustrated with it. First of all, the energy of number 2 relates to partnership, to patience, to diplomacy, balance, sensitivity, collaboration, says Perry. But numerology doesn't stop there. It's time to do some motherfucking math. So if you want to crunch the vibration around the February 22nd, 2022, it's all about you have to break it down in 3 parts. What? Just fucking it up. It should be 2 parts. So February is the second month, right? So that's going to be just number 2. She says, then there's the date 22. Repeats itself. That's referred to as a master number. And then the year for which numerologists add all the individual digits of 2022 together. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. Add that 22, then add 2 for the month to get 30. And 3 plus 0 equals, oh. What? 3. Okay, fuck with me. For February 22nd, 2022 is actually 3 universal day, says Perry. But is anyone talking about that? No, why? Because the 3 isn't a sensationalist talking about all those 2s. This article is fucking awesome. What is this person talking about? It's not necessarily a bad thing that 22222 is all about 3s. A 3 vibration that's encouraging for us all to express ourselves. For example, telling people you're no longer going to their doormat, says Perry, is a lot heavier energy than all this airy, fairy, flaky stuff talking about weddings and babies and shit. I mean engagements. Pacelle, the soon-to-be 22-year-old who has waited for this birthday her whole life, senses the heavy stuff. A few years ago, she met a set of twins who shared her exact same special birthday. Those motherfuckers. And the trio became close friends. Oh, okay. Suddenly, I was a triplet, she says. I don't think that's how that works. But a few months ago, one of the twins took his own life. Fuck, now you're still a twin, apparently. She decided to spend a 22nd birthday they thought they would all spend together in Hawaii, swimming in the ocean. It's not what she thought 222 would be, but she's still optimistic. 22 is going to be the year for me, says Pacelle. That's always been a feeling of mine. Honestly, I don't know what this article was about. That was a lot of 2s. This one cracked me up. February 2022, 22 is actually a 3 universal number. But is anyone talking about that? No. He's so mad. All right. That's it. I'll see y'all later. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.